Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, we have an update related to some patch notes, which did pop up in-game. But beyond this, we have some massive information regarding Otherworld Exploration. It's a huge content drop. Alright, so yesterday we got some news about Otherworld Exploration, and it was in Discord, and it was in a random library folder. Nobody follows the library folders. Let's be honest, I mean, no one would have noticed this unless people pointed it out, I swear. I really don't like how they put information in some of these folders, or some of the announcements. There's too many announcements, there's too many things like that are important that are so easy to miss. And if you guys didn't know, this is one of those servers that when you go on it, you have to actually check to show all channels, or else you don't see everything that's there at all. Like, it just doesn't show. And one of those might even be the library. I don't know. But we had this Otherworld Exploration with some huge details about the content that I'm actually pretty surprised of. So, yeah, let's start. We'll start with this, but I just want to say, yesterday, this dropped at like 5 p.m. my time. I didn't see it until luckily one of the mods put it in the content creator chat channel. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't even have noticed, because they don't add everyone when there's important news. I guess they don't see that as important, but pretty sure a lot of people would like to know that there's a massive content drop happening. Now, we knew about Otherworld Exploration as a thing. We knew that it was going to have a big world boss type aspect, but we didn't know the details. And honestly, the details really surprised me. And it does seem like the details regarding this Otherworld Exploration, I don't know if this is the plan all along or if they've changed it based on feedback, but some of the stuff there is like exactly what we asked for. Like in that fireside chat, I believe it was Scratch that suggested like one of the exact things that are in this system now. And I'm kind of confused at why they didn't just say, oh yeah, that's coming. Or if this is adjustments from the feedback from the content creators or the community as a whole, I should say, then why aren't they being like, hey guys, we listened, we heard you suggest this thing and we implemented it. If that is the case, they really should do that. I think I say that a little bit later in this video again, so sorry if I repeat myself, but yeah. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read through these patch notes real quick, and then I'm going to cue my video where I read through all of the detailed information regarding the Otherworld Exploration that we got yesterday. And I do kind of talk about it a little bit, and it's interesting, honestly. And I give some feedback about like kind of the state of the game regarding that, and like I said, just their lack of communication with these things these days. It's such a weird situation, honestly. And speaking of lack thereof, you guys probably noticed I have not been posting videos on YouTube regarding Dragonheir. I was gonna do this series where I just start to do some dungeon stuff, like start with stage 7, do some stage 9s, like the key milestones for all the dungeons. And honestly, it just didn't get much interest, and the views are low because the community is kind of fading out right now. Which makes sense. It's nearing the end phase of a beta. By now, a lot of people have dropped off the beta and they're just waiting to see what happens at Global, or there's just plenty of people that are just waiting for Global in general. So I think I'm kind of in that boat myself. I think I'm going to play lightly and see what happens with Otherworld Exploration and give that a proper look. But I don't know that I'm really playing Dragonheir that much until Global myself. I'm definitely not going to be posting daily content on it anymore. But any sort of updates we get, guys, I still want to be your news girl, your updater for Dragonheir, as I have been from before it launched, right? Before it launched, I was the news girl. I was getting you guys all that information the second we saw anything. And I'm going to continue to do that for Dragonheir and follow this journey and see what happens for the global release. So you could still, don't leave. I'm not leaving Dragonheir. I'm not quitting. I'm just kind of on a pause, especially for content's sake, because we're kind of all waiting for Global at this point, and we want to see what's up with this Otherworld Exploration. But let's talk about the patch notes as a whole first. there's a very short patch notes here, and then we'll cue the other details. So, brand new mode, Otherworld Exploration, the Undying Flame, Copper Dragon awaits your challenge. So this is going to be what's added on the 19th at 2 o'clock to 6. Ooh, okay. There's going to be a 4-hour maintenance starting 2 a.m. UTC. So they're going to be adding in this big content drop. Trust me, it's big. It's a lot, which is good. That's what people have been asking for. Good thing, good thing. But I wish we knew that ahead of time, that it was going to be so big. Then we wouldn't be complaining about the lack of content if we knew it was coming. Anyway, that's discussed later. I should not try to repeat myself because I'm going to say some of these things later in the other video, which was recorded yesterday. All right. To ensure the best possible experience for you, the opening of Otherworld Exploration, which was originally scheduled at 100 hours on the 19th, will be postponed until the completion of maintenance. All related countdown timers have been updated. Optimization. Okay, this is important too, guys. Stay tuned for this. Optimize the description of season rules. Added special marks to reserved item across seasons. Simplified introduction on season contents. That's definitely going to be something we need to really look at once this opens, because, you know, it talks about like when what resets, what doesn't reset. They're kind of adjusting some of the descriptions for that. So we're going to have to take another look once that goes live about what's changed regarding the season rules. Let's see, we also adjusted the max level of the Hypocrite Elvis's ultimate skill. Targeted inspiration level 3, deleted the original damage bonus effects for level 2 and 3, and overused scholar scrolls. Upgrading his skill will be returned. Okay. Alright, so if anyone fully booked your Elvis, you're going to have some scrolls return because of his change. They optimized the loading time of Temporal Vortex and Clepsydra Trail leaderboards. Optimized the login prompts for accounts to be deregistered. Once the deregistration cool-off period is over, all characters under the set account will be deleted. Adjusted the statistics displayed after an auto battle to be the total value. You know, that's so funny though, going back to the last thing. How often, guys, if we make an account or if we try to reroll, do we ever go back and properly delete our accounts? No, we don't. We're terrible. We just clog up the servers with unusable stuff. We probably should be better about that as a gamer and as a community, I mean. And not in this game, I just mean any game. Do you ever, if you do like 20 rerolls, do you delete every single one, or you just go on to the next one and close it and never open it again? Oops. We're all guilty. Alright, adjusted the statistics displayed. Alright, yep. Adjusted the maximum length of a single message in chat to 200 characters. And optimize some translation and user experience issues. And alright, there's some bug fixes here. I'm not going to worry about reading those off. Those are in-game, but related to Felicity, descriptions on Elemental Affinity page, some stun effects for an equipment set. Sagomir has an adjustment as well. So yeah, guys, alright, I'm going to roll into my video where I recorded myself, and I'm going to put up images that we're talking about, that we have references for, regarding the overworld exploration on the screen as I talk about it. I'm going to try my best to edit some of the things out if I can, or something I might have already said just now, but I apologize if anything is a little bit repeating myself because I don't remember exactly what I said. So last night, I was going to post a late video once I finally realized it. It was almost 9 o'clock, and then our power went out for the whole night and didn't come back to this morning. So much for the video recording, and I had to just do it on my phone. So instead, we're going to have some images over my voice, which is going to not be as perfect because, well, it's on my phone, but we'll try. Bear with me, guys, and stay tuned for more updates. But all right, let's roll that footage. All right, so I am here for another no-face video, haha. So, well, I kind of recorded this entire thing, was literally saying my closing statements, and my power went out, and the video's just gone, because it doesn't save if that happens with the way I have my setup. I probably should change that, but then it makes video conversion complicated, and yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So here I am. I'm actually recording this on my phone during a storm, and we're just gonna overlay the images that are shown here as I talk about it. So there was a big drop in the Discord. And it's in a weird place where no one is going to notice it. It's just in the library randomly, like who's actually got notifications turned on for the library. Plus, they never at everyone for everything. I guess their intent was to not be intrusive and do too many at everyone's. But they kind of go the opposite way. Sometimes they have massive information and they don't even tell us about it. So here we are with a massive information drop and some excitement that might bring some players back that stopped playing, including some content creators, because honestly, I've already read through this and this is pretty interesting. This is the content drop we've been asking for, and it literally goes in line with some of the things we even talked about during the fireside chat. It was Scratch that actually said some of these exact things, and it's making me wonder if this content was based on some of our feedback and suggestions from that fireside chat. But if that's the case, why aren't they saying something? Where is this dev post saying like, oh, hey guys, sorry about the last post. I know that didn't come across well, but don't worry, we did hear you. And by the way, these changes are based on some content creator communication. Like, why aren't they saying that? Or, on the other hand, if they already planned this the whole time, when we're sitting there complaining about wanting this type of content, why didn't they say it during the fireside chat? Oh, don't worry, that's coming when Otherworld Exploration comes. Either way, it's a bit of confusion and lack of communication, and they really need to sort that out because they could look so much better right now than they do, and I feel like people would be a lot more excited if they would just communicate about this stuff a little bit better. So we have Otherworld Exploration opening in a day, one day. Depending on when you're watching this, of course. If you're watching it late, it might already be open, or it depends on your server. If you did not start on day 1, then it's not opening at the same time, obviously. But alright, let's go. As the game progresses, the Season 0 will soon unfold a new chapter, Otherworld Exploration. In the Otherworld Exploration, players will unlock new dungeons, season quests, and gameplay, and ultimately challenge the mighty resurgent dragon to obtain Echo of Temporal Sands and win rich season rewards. Increase the exploration progress to obtain rewards and exclusive Otherworld Exploration buffs. And yeah, this is going to make me have to start playing again daily, so good job, game. Here, I guess I'll be back, making sure I log in every day. I'll try anyway. Alright, Otherworld Exploration is divided into 2 stages. Snow Sacrifice and Resurgent Dragon. In Snow Sacrifice, you can play 3 different modes: Adventure Preparation, Elemental Domain, and Chaos Shadows. Players can see other players on the map, and your actions do not affect each other. When the progress of the 3 modes reaches a milestone, or the specified number of days have passed in the server, Otherworld Exploration will start Resurgent Dragon. In this stage, challenge the mighty boss to get rich season rewards. Here are the details of the gameplay. So there is this like kind of overview here that is like a little chart. Kind of talks about the daily exploration, in-depth exploration. So these are 2 different types of exploration, which we'll talk about a little bit further down. And then the sandbox, we're actually going to be running around the sandbox and actually using the open world, which is great because it's beautiful. They made it interesting, so we might as well explore it. And there's going to be 3 different phases of different types of like dungeons or bosses to fight, which is really cool, as well as some quests. So let's get into all of that. So the stamina system, Wormbud Tonic, yeah, is required to participate in the Otherworld Exploration. It's restored to full every day when the server refreshes and does not restore over time. Exploration quests. These quests can be completed during Snow Sacrifice, and they will not be available after entering the Resurgent Dragon. Daily exploration quests. 3 regular quests are refreshed daily. Complete them to get exploration progress as a reward. And then you can see here these daily quests, like complete 1 adventure preparation, clear any elemental domain once, fight a battle in the Chaos Shadows once. So there are simple things just to do some of the content every day, but doesn't sound like it's going to require everything to be done every day, which is good because it could be a lot for some people. Other people are going to be super excited to have such daily content ready, right? Alright, we also have in-depth exploration quests. One-off quests during Otherworld Exploration. Complete them to get exploration progress and Wormaro as rewards. So here we have daily exploration 10 times, clearing level domains, necrosis, clearing elemental domain, fire, like everything is going to have its own special domain for each individual dungeon, element. I love that. I love that. And also there's going to be those bosses that we're going to have to fight as well. There's a one-off quest to just do the content. And then, all right, Snow Sacrifice. So this is the first stage of what's shown on that main image. Adventure Preparation. Accepting an adventure preparation quest consumes a certain amount of Wormbud tonic. 4 adventure preparation quests are refreshed every day, and it is up to the player to choose whether or not to accept these quests and which ones to accept. Up to 8 adventure preparation quests can be accepted at the same time, and uncompleted quests will not be removed the next day. Each time a player completes an adventure preparation quest, the progress on the server will be advanced with the exploration progress rewards. So it sounds kind of similar to commissions, except it's going to go across with that bar at the top with getting rewards, I think. Alright, and then there's the elemental domain. There are 3 different elemental domains in the Otherworld Exploration in which enemies take increased damage from specified elements. Players can choose to challenge the right elemental domain according to their team's elemental attributes. Each elemental domain has 5 difficulties for players to choose from. Each time a player clears an elemental domain, the progress on the server will be advanced with exploration progress rewards. And then Chaos Shadows. This is the thing I said that sounds exactly like how Scratch described it to them. And I think it was Scratch. Kind of everybody was saying this, though. Yeah, like, as a good idea. Or expanded upon it during our fireside chat. So, Chaos Shadows. The Otherworld Exploration map refreshes 3 Chaos Shadows every hour, with a maximum of 3 Chaos Shadows that can exist at the same time. Each Chaos Shadow has an elemental weakness, which makes it take increased damage from that specific element. Players can choose to challenge the right Chaos Shadows according to their team's elemental attributes. After challenging Chaos Shadows, players will receive exploration progress as a reward based on the total of damage dealt. And when the Chaos Shadow is defeated for the first time each day, players server-wide will receive an additional reward, which will be sent via mail. Challenge limits. Each player can challenge the same Chaos Shadow once. Almost said twice. Chaos Shadows in different rounds will not be considered to be identical. Each hero can only be deployed once against the Chaos Shadows per day. So there's multiple stuff where you can only use your heroes one time. So you're going to need a lot of teams. If you can fight something 6 times, you're going to need 6 teams. Or I think that's the dragon. But yeah, it's definitely going to be requiring you to have a lot of heroes built, which makes sense. I mean, it's all kind of leading up to the end game of, fighting all of this. It's kind of what we should be preparing our accounts for all season, it seems like. So that's this one here with Jathalia. She is apparently one of the bosses, which is great. We all love her in Feywild, don't we? You guys remember doing 20 for the first time, am I right? All right. So then the next phase is the Resurgent Dragon. And as it says, after the Resurgent Dragon starts, all modes and exploration quests and Snow Sacrifice will be closed. So you have to do any of the other quests and milestones, like the one-time ones, all before this starts. So players have 6 chances per day to challenge the Resurgent Dragon. The difficulty will increase when the Resurgent Dragon's HP drops below 50%. After completing a challenge, players need to choose whether to save the damage. If you choose to save the damage, your challenge attempt will be counted and the deployed hero will be locked for the day. Otherwise, neither the challenge attempt will be counted nor the hero will be locked. Each hero can only be deployed once in the end game per day. So that's kind of like Vortex, where you can play around and test the Vortex, but you don't have to save your attempt, which is, honestly, I love that. It just gives you a chance to test things out and find your best team synergy before committing to a damage. And then let's see, after multiple challenges up to 6, the save damage is the total damage dealt during the challenges for the day. So 6 challenges per day. That sounds strange. But yeah, I guess 6 challenges with a whole team? Is it like a team of 5? Do they really want us to have like 30 people built? Not that that's a bad thing, because I mean, that's what we should be working toward, right? But you know, all of this content, like if we knew ahead of time what was coming, I don't think people would be complaining as much about nothing to do, because they'd be understanding that we are in the phase of preparing multiple teams for this content to come. But without knowing what was to come, people just think there's no content and they're bored. But if we knew what was coming, you'd be like, okay, I can't wait for the Resurgent Dragon. That sounds cool. Let me build a team of every element, you know? Like that should be the goal. Alright, damage leaderboard. When challenging Resurgent Dragon, players will be ranked by their damage totals, and the final settlement reward is based on the leaderboard rankings. After players server-wide have defeated the Resurgent Dragon, the leaderboards will be settled when the server refreshes the next day. If the Resurgent Dragon is still alive at the specific time, the leaderboard settlement will also take place. And then about the rewards, they do just list that we get the challenge rewards, HP rewards based on the dragon's level, and then those leaderboard rewards as well. So, Otherworld Exploration is an important part of Dragonheir's innovative season gameplay. What kind of adventure awaits you, and what kind of bosses will you encounter in Otherworld Exploration? Embark this adventure as soon as the season's progress has reached. So yeah, guys, this is massive content drop. It's literally, I don't know, this could be like everything everyone's been wanting in this game, for the most part, regarding the content itself. Anyway, not summons or whatever, that's another story, but the content itself, this is exactly what people were asking for, especially during our fireside chat and the kind of stuff we see talked about in Discord for a long while, honestly. People start getting bored pretty quick. So I don't understand their lack of communication. If this was already the plan, why didn't they say so? Why didn't they really break this down ahead of time so we kind of knew what was coming? That almost makes me think they didn't have it planned yet. Or if they did, maybe they changed it. Maybe they changed it based on our feedback. And if they did change it based on our feedback, they should be telling us this. That they should be putting out an Add Everyone post that says, hey guys, we listened, we heard your feedback, and we adjusted our Otherworld Exploration to fit some of your requests. Like, people want to know that they're still willing to listen to the community when we have big suggestions, feedback, complaints, whatever. Like, we still need some sort of a balance. We don't want them to listen to literally everything people complain about, or the game would be a hot mess, because you can't make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, if they really are like taking in our feedback, and some of these changes are based on our feedback, if they would say that openly, I really think they would make people a little bit more, I don't know, feel like they can trust them or have some excitement again. It just feels like there's such a negative community feeling regarding the devs, so to speak, because some of the posts have just been like a big FU to the community, it feels, and just like, okay, we heard you complain, but we don't care, everything's staying the same. So if they are making changes based on our feedback, tell us, make the people happy. That's how you win the community back. The community is gone. They don't realize how much they've lost the community already, and how screwed this game truly is. That's just the truth. And I'm really hoping Global can change that, because it is a beautiful game and I had really high hopes for it. But honestly, the more I play other games or hear other people talk about them, this game is going to get lost if they don't make some big changes. But I think that this Otherworld Exploration is a massive, amazing content drop. But maybe it needs to happen a little bit sooner, or they just, I mean, we need to tell people, like, now we'll know. Okay, this whole beginning half of the season is preparing your team, your roster, for this massive Otherworld Exploration drop. So once we know that there's that, it's going to make us approach things a little bit differently, I think. But there's so many other games out there now that just, I don't know, it's hard. People have already moved on at this point. And I hope that some people will give it a chance again. And I'm going to give it a chance again, but I can't blame people if they don't, when other games just feel more exciting and more generous. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really curious about Otherworld Exploration. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This sounds very interesting, and I'm definitely going to do my best to check it out myself. Maybe I'll make a video or two, like first look, taking a look at it, but only if you guys want me to, literally. I'm not going to keep putting out content if the views are really, really low because it just doesn't make sense, and I'd rather just wait till global if that's the reality. So that's just me being honest with you guys, but I am going to do my best to keep putting out any videos for Dragonheir regarding news and updates. So I might not put out daily content regarding all of these new stuff to come or like the teams like we talked about, but if we have any news drops, I'll do my best to keep you guys in the loop, and then hopefully before global I'll ramp up and get some daily content out again. We'll see though. I am really loving Watcher of Realms right now, and it's doing really well, and it's so much fun, so I'll see how much Dragonheir we could work in, but that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.